This video will give you some example of how to find some trig ratios giving one value and maybe some other conditions. So the main key point to remember is we might have to use Pythagoras theorem to work out the third side of the right angle triangle, and then we need to work out which quadrants that satisfy all the conditions so that we can find out if the ratio that we want to find out is positive or negative. Okay, so for example 1, if sine is 3/5 and this is the conditions, angle is between 90 to 180 degree, how do we find the value of cos theta and tan theta? Okay, so to do this example we use a right angle triangle first. So here's the right angle triangle with 3 and 5, and because sine is 3/5 and sine is O/h, that's going to be O and h, so the angle theta should be here, not here. Okay, so again, angle theta should be at this corner because that will satisfy the condition, the first condition, which is sine is 3/5 and O/h now becomes 3/5. Okay, so theta is that corner over here. Now then we will use Pythagoras theorem to work out that sine. So we already know this triangle 3, 4, 5. So or to work out this third side, again use the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so this side length is 4. Alright, and theta is out here. So then we will have all three sides for the right angle triangle. Now let's find out which quadrant is our angle theta gonna line on. So we have one condition over here. So this is saying that the angle is in the second quadrant. So over the second quadrant over here, only sine is positive. So the trigonometric ratio that we're finding, which is cos theta and tan theta, they both negative. Okay, so let's work out the answer for this one. Alright, cos theta, we know now it is going to be negative because our angle is in the second quadrant, so cos is going to be negative. So back to this triangle over here, theta is over here, cos is A/h, so A is 4, h is 5, so our value is going to be 4/5. Okay, so let's complete that. It's going to be 4/5. So cos is, again as I said, because in the second quadrant cos is negative, so that's why we got negative 4/5. Alright, and tan, let's work out value for tan as well. Tan theta, we know now in the second quadrant tan theta gonna be negative, and we go back to the triangle that we work out over here. Tan is O/a, O is 3, A is 4, so our answer is 3/4. So the answer for this problem is tan gonna be negative of 3/4. Okay, so again the idea is to use Pythagoras theorem to work out the sides of all three sides of the triangle, figure out where the angle theta would be based on our condition. Okay, then work out which quadrant the angle lies on to work out the exact value, would it be positive or negative. Okay, let's go through one more example. So example number 2 here. Okay, so let's move this away as well. Example number 2. If cos is negative 4/5 and sine is also negative, so this might be the condition that we consider later to work out which quadrant. Okay, find the value of tan theta. So firstly, let's draw the triangle that satisfy this condition. So we got the triangle with the sides 4 and 5. So in this case, it is triangle. So we got 4 and 5. So 4 is A and 5 is the hypotenuse, okay? So 5 the hypotenuse because this is A over H. So our angle should be here to satisfy that condition. Let's move it down a bit. So our angle theta is on this corner over here, okay? So our angle is here. It cannot be on this side because otherwise it won't be A over H. So angle theta should be here. That's theta, okay? So let's move that out so we can see. So angle theta is over here. So now use Pythagoras to work out the other side. So we already know in this case 5 squared take away 4 squared, and then we square root it. The answer should be 3. Okay, so now we have all 3 sides for the triangle. Now let's use the condition that we know. Okay, firstly, cos is negative. So cos is only negative if it's in the second or the third quadrant. Okay, so we have 2 quadrants that satisfy the first condition so far. Now let's check the second quadrant. Second quadrant is sine need to be less than 0 as well. So it cannot be in the second quadrant anymore. So the only quadrant that satisfies all the conditions that's given is the third one. Okay, let me repeat this. Cos is negative. So negative will be second or the third quadrant. And we have the second condition, sine is also negative. So the second quadrant does not satisfy that anymore. So the only possible quadrant now is the third one. And in this quadrant, tan is positive. So we know the answer for our problem now will be positive. Okay, so tan theta gonna be positive. And positive what? We're gonna use this triangle to work it out. Reminder, angle theta is here. So tan is O over A, gonna be 3 over 4. So that will be 3 over 4 the answer, positive 3 over 4. Okay, so I hope this helps. So again, try to use Pythagoras theorem to make sure that there's all 3 sides of the triangle is given. Figure out where the angle would be. Okay, would it be on this end or would it be in this end? So it depends on which condition that's given to you. Then use all the condition that's given to work out which quadrant would satisfy all of them to see if the ratio that we're working out is positive or negative. Then use the triangle that we already worked out to find the ratios.